So the legend is in. Two Glasses Pete is in to do the brakes on the BMW for me. And hopefully after that he's going to do the brakes for me on the Fiat 500 out there. But I might get him on this first and put that clip on the boot so we can get that back down for its re-MOT. And I am got to finish off the Polo. I've got to get the headliner out the Polo and do that. So I'll actually be working alongside Pete today for my sins. So yeah, got to get the headliner out of that and glue that back down so we can try and get that car out to that lady. Right, so the Polo, I did a bit more spray work on it yesterday and I've got loads of dust in it, so I need to give it a sand down. Luckily, a little while ago, Pro XL sent me their new product, which is their Pro XL. Their, you know, I love their lacquers, don't I? Use it all the time. So they sent me these to try. They're called Flex Grit Glide, and they are soft pads, and we've got a 3000 and a 5000. I'm hoping that is enough to knock it back to an acceptable level, so we'll give it a go. Well, that's zipping through it straight away, isn't it? You can see there when you get those bits there, that's where you got your dust and stuff, so if we can zip over that. The main thing with this I want to see is that it's not clogging and causing me to stop all the time and clean it out. You see, I did get a lot of dust in this. Sanding until you've got even dullness to the paint, and then where you have things like that, you know, that's where your dirt and dust is. Well, I have to say, guys, that is fantastic. It's not clogging up at all. It's giving me a nice even surface all the way across. True to description, it glides across there really nicely. I'm loving that. Let's get the 5000 on there and take it down to the next level. Well, there we go, guys. That has taken pretty much all the dust out. I machine polished it afterwards. Got a really good reflective surface. Still got more orange peel than ideally, but only actually the same level of orange peel as a modern car. Obviously, I normally flat it back really well, and you can't see the blend of the blue. I think you can see my fingerprints. Can't see the blend of the blue anymore. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Those pads, brilliant. Made speed the job right up. So Flex Grit Glide. Do you know what? I just in Pro XL now. I need them to supply me with a cutting compound. I wonder if they do a cutting compound because the rest of the stuff's really good. So that was the Pro XL 2K lacquer from a can, and then which is normally I get it almost like glass straight out of the can with this one if I warm it up first. But yesterday it was just really cold and there was lots of dust about, which is why I had to do this process I don't normally do, because I don't normally actually have to flat their paint back, their lacquer back. But that's a 2K one, so that obviously if you're using 1K you probably want to leave that for more like a week before you start doing all this kind of stuff to it. But on the 2K you can do it just the following day, 24 hours later. So that was their Pro XL clear, and then their pads. So yeah, Pro XL, if you do a compound, let's try some out. So now next job is get this headliner out. So I need to find out all these side bits of trim come off so I can get, normally they just unclip, but for your headliner you need to take out all your fittings, so these handles will have to come off. I can probably leave those bits of trim at the front there. Pete's making the job bigger than it is. We'll just chops ape it all off is what we're going to do. I'm not liking the way these come apart. They have these metal clips on the trim and you've got to really pull them quite hard to get them to pop out, and I never like them to do that on plastic, so there's a chance of it breaking. What's wrong with good old screws? There you go. Pete will sort me out. What's wrong with screws though, just so that they can be unscrewed and there's no danger of breaking them? What's cheap is cheap. He's done one side for me, look. There we go. Nice fresh discs and pads on there. Look at this. What is wrong? What is wrong with the screw holding these in? I've got to get 2 screwdrivers in to squeeze this clip here to get it out. What is wrong with just a screw? Right, Petey's done the BMW. He's now onto the Fiat 500. Doing the front brakes and pads on that, which are revised on the MOT. I have pretty much got the headliner out. I've just got to carry on squeezing it out of here. And then clean it all off and try and stick the fabric back down. Sometimes that isn't possible and I might need to get new fabric, but we'll see how we get on. Yeah, that wasn't really recoverable, that fabric. It's never going to stick down well again. It was loose all the way along, so what I've got to do now is rub all this stuff off. You can see there, you've got to get this off before you stick it down. Clean all that off and then just go by Dunelm or something and just buy some fabric and just stick it over the top. I guess the second option would just be to paint the headliner black or something like that, but I think we'll put some fabric on it. So Petey's been little man possessed. So he's done the Fiat 500 discs and pads, done the BMW discs and pads, and he's now just fitted the clip. The only thing this failed for was this stupid clip here on the CV boot had snapped. And Pete said the boot wasn't actually insecure, but the guy wanted a new clip on it. So we've got a new clip on and we can get that signed off. So this car can be valeted and go up for sale. So that's good. So we've got to find something else for Pete to do now because he's rattling through the work too quickly, isn't he? So next thing Pete is on to is something we've not covered on the channel yet. I said to you subscribers I'll pretty much buy anything, didn't I? Well, one of our subscribers got in touch and offered me this Jeep Wrangler. So I think this is a 2001, the plate's not the right plate, I think it's a 2001 this might be, with the 4 litre straight 6. Pete will have to remind us what mileage it is when he gets in. 107,000 miles. These are quite popular, and one person that particularly likes these is Mrs. Chops, and she's always fancied one, and she's away on holiday at the moment and doesn't know I bought this one, which is probably one of the reasons I bought it. Starts up like a champ. It's been starting up ever since I've got it. Nice simple straight 6 4 litre engine petrol. Obviously going to be juicy, but simplicity is key. It's got quite a long MOT on it. MOT before last had quite a lot of welding done on it, which these do. They get rotten underneath. But someone else picked up the bill for those bits. What Pete's going to do is pull it in, and we're going to get these front wings off because we've got rusty bits behind. You see the gaffer tape there, and we've got some checker plate panels to put on there after we've repaired the rust. But first of all, we need to get the body kit off. So Petey is going to take it in to the workshop, and he's going to start doing that because it'd be nice to get that done before she comes back from holiday. I'm assuming the snail on the back means this thing is slow to drive on the road. I've only driven it round the yard a little bit to get a feel for it, but I suspect the snail means it's still very slow. But these are quite popular here in Devon for obvious reasons. Probably would have been a better thing for me to get in the summer, but I don't know whether I'll be selling it on or not yet. It depends whether Mr. Chops properly falls in love with it or says I like the idea of owning one but I'm never actually going to use it. We'll soon find out, but I suspect these bolts are going to be rusty as, so there'll be some angle grinding going on, I imagine, getting these off. I don't think Pete's particularly impressed with it. Oh! It's a lot of just general tidying up to do it. The plastics need treating. George check straps are broken. Here's our plates to go on the front wings. So they go over here like this. But obviously we need to treat all the rusty bits underneath first. Then it'll get a machine polish. I need to find one of the pieces of trim for the step-up bar here. Interior's in good condition. It's got speakers up on the roof. I wonder if they work. I haven't tried the stereo out yet. Pete's in love with this, aren't you, Pete?
Thank you.
Another sensible buy by me, wouldn't it? He doesn't want to comment. We don't know what's underneath the bra on the top there. There might be more rust there. Just going to hand me the key back. We're going to get a little glimpse of the engine. It's in the middle here, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Nice, simple, straight 6 4 litre. I'd imagine it's fairly easy to work on. Yeah, I imagine your biggest issue with these is rot underneath. And there's been quite a bit of welding on this one, and after they've welded it, they have Schultzed it all. So, not too bad. Chassis legs back here seem alright. But yeah, I think our subscriber had quite a bit of work done, possibly, because his daughter was driving around in it, I believe. Yeah, you can see it's had some Schultzing going on. Bottom of the tank looks a bit crusty there. Oh no, it's just the carrier for it. Well, it looks actually tank's within that. But obviously this is now 23, 25 years old. I can't remember the exact year. So you're going to get that on this, especially if it's been used rather than stuck in the garage somewhere. Anyway, so we've got to get to these bolts here. Or Pete does. When I'm on something else. We've got the bolts up here. Can you see those up there to get off? Which all look very crusty. And then once we've got those off, I imagine there's going to be some more bits we're going to want to, front of the chassis legs there. Could do with a wire brush and a Schultz down. Now don't forget the latest raffle is on, and this time I'm giving away this Fiat Barchetta. It's only done 11,000 miles from new, only had one previous owner, and is in outstanding condition. It's just had fresh MOT, a cam belt service, so it's all set to go for its new owner. If you don't want the car, you do have an alternative of £5,000 cash. Tickets are just £2.50. I'll put a link in the video description down below. And the charity we'll be donating to from this raffle will be Sophie's Legacy. That's the charity that helps families who have children in hospital. So again, the link is in the video description down below. And of course, don't forget, if you are looking to sell your car, get across to www.cgcarsales.co.uk. There's a form there where you can put in the information about your vehicle if you're looking to sell it, or hit me up on Instagram or send me an email. As always, massive thanks for watching. See you on the next one.